Okay, so after a couple of roulettes, it's back to a standard battle. This time against Cesar, who still pretty new to the whole EV training thing, but he's picking up fast, and given his track record with his current guys, I'd say he's going to be a pretty big force in the future. So he starts off with Swampert, and I lead off with Weevil. I'm not going to be able to accomplish much here, so I decide I'm going to switch out, thinking about what to. I'm expecting the Stealth Rot because it's a lead-off. So I've got one guy who I definitely don't want Stealth Rock up before he comes out, and so I'll go ahead and go over to him now, and that will be Shinobi Man, the Shedinja. And sure enough, he goes for the Stealth Rock, and I'm not sure if he's going to pack a Rock Attack here, so I thought about doing Protect, but I ultimately went for a Sunny Day, because I didn't want the Tyranitar, a potential Tyranitar coming in, and that was going to kill me outright, and that just would have been lame, so I wanted to thwart the T-Tar instead of burning the Swampert, but oh well. So I'll go over to Grenade Man now to take whatever kind of physical attacks, and unfortunately he's going to switch out too, and he's going to go over to Salamence. So this isn't going to work out for me now. The sun's shining, so if he goes for a Flamethrower, there's no way I'll live it. Even without the sun, I would die like twice over anyway. But so I'll go over to Beat now to hopefully take less damage from the Flamethrower. But he goes for an Earthquake anyway, so I dodge it completely. So that's nice. And probably tells me that his Mince is probably predominantly physical. So that's also good to know. So I try to T-Wave the Mince, and Blissey comes in. Not much good from paralyzing Blissey, but oh well. So I figure he wants to Thunder Wave my Togekiss, right? So I happen to pack a Electman this time, and I'm hoping to get a Motor Drive boost here. But he gets Parahaxed, so that worked out lame for me. Although I guess it wouldn't have mattered that much. He said all the Swampert to stop my Evire Sweep, so that wouldn't have worked at all. But I go for the Ice Punch here, and get a Freeze Hacks. So at first I think, oh, that's nice, because a couple of vids back, the Freeze Hacks caused me to lose the game, but that was on a couple of Ice Beams instead of just a single Ice Punch. But oh well, at least I got a Retribution for that. So I don't think he'll be frozen that long. I better come in here, and first priority is going to be to set up a Stealth Rock of my own, because I don't want the Salamence coming back in unscathed, for sure. So I go ahead and get that set up, and he's still frozen. So next thing I want to do is get rid of his Stealth Rock, so that Beat can come back in and not get a quarter of its hit points shaved off. So now things are looking good. I've got my Stealth Rock up, and I've blown his away. So Swampert's still frozen, so I figured, well, fine. As long as that thing's frozen, there's nothing I really want to go to kill it, and I'll just set up some nice spikes. So I'm at this point, this is getting outlandish, and I don't know why he hasn't switched out to, I don't know, something. Surely he's got something that can eventually wear down Fortress, even if he can't kill it in one hit. But he just lets me keep setting up all my spikes, so I've got 3 layers of spikes up, Stealth Rock, and I've Rapid Spun, so no reason I shouldn't go ahead and try for the Earthquake, which does a pretty good amount. So, like I said, I don't think he doesn't EV train this guy, especially yet. So, or at least he didn't at this point, so that Earthquake probably did more than it would have to a carefully EV'd Swampert, I guess. But he's going to bring in the Salamence now. He gets tired of this bullcrap, and so that's going to force me to switch out, and I'll go ahead and go back to Beat. So I guess he predicts that, and he's going to smack me with a nice Stone Edge, which thankfully Beat's able to live with 39 hit points. So I run a lot more speed on my Togekiss than most guys, and since he probably doesn't run the EVs in speed, I go for the Roost, and I pull it off before he moves. So that means that when he does a Stone Edge now, it's not super effective, which caused him to go WTF, and I reminded him that Roost takes away the flying type. So if he crits now, I can probably still live it, since I was able to survive the first one, and if he misses, well, that's just an extra bonus for me. So he decides he's not going to get anywhere this way, and he's going to go over to Blissey, who takes probably like over 200 damage from all those entry hazards. But I'm able to Roost back up to full health, so that's nice. So I'll go back over to Electman again to try to get a T-Wave boost or something, but he sets up a light screen, I guess to completely ensure that Blissey takes nothing from Togekiss. But That's fine too. So he goes back over to Swampert. I predict a switch to something, of course, so I'm going to go ahead and go for another Ice Punch, and this time it just finishes the Swampert off, so at least we got rid of that, and we don't have to think about it anymore. So Licky Licky comes out, and I look at what this thing can do, and I see Earthquake's on its moveset, so I don't want to take an Earthquake for sure. It's not that strong offensively, but it's definitely strong enough. So I'm going to go ahead and go back over to Beat to try to hover over an Earthquake. However, he just wants to blow up on me with his Stab Explosion, which is, I guess, probably the strongest explosion in the game since it's got Stab. But, yeah. So Beat goes down, and Licky Licky goes down, so 1 for 1. That's fine. Alright, I've got Weevil out now against Salamence. I get intimidated, but I can still easily finish it off with an Ice Punch. So I decide just to go for it. I don't know what else he's got. So an Infernape comes out now, takes some entry hazard damage, and takes an Ice Punch, which does a decent amount. I go ahead and I run some damage calculations, and I see that I should be able to Brick Break it with the Life Orb for enough, like 40 or 50%. So I throw my Brick Break his way, and he lives. And then I think about it to myself, oh yeah, he's probably just got random EVs in the defense stats. So that actually ended up helping him there, ironically. So Close Combat finishes Weevil off, but fortunately I've got Ground Man to trap him and knock him out with the Earthquake, which I do. Alright, he goes after the Salamence, and I spend some time here, I don't know why. I guess I thought I had Stone Edge, and I was like, oh no, I don't want Stone Edge to miss. And I thought about Sucker Punching, which would have been stupid. But then I see, oh yeah, I've got Rock Slide instead of a Stone Edge. So, yeah, I go ahead and end up with a Rock Slide. And that's going to finish the Salamence off. So that's fine and dandy. So now Ambipom comes out. Don't want to get faked out here. My defenses probably aren't good enough to take it, especially with Technician and whatnot. So I decided the best option I've got is just to go over back to Grenade Man to resist it, and also dodge the flinch if it's fake out. But he's not going to bother faking me out. He's just going to go ahead and go straight for the double hit, which thankfully doesn't do much at all. So Ambipom's not that bulky. Oh, I also thought about going to Shedinja, so to dodge the fake out entirely, but looks like he was packing an Aerial Ace for that. So good thing I just decided to go to Grenade Man. And Earthquake's going to 2-hit KO. He goes for a Rock Smash, doesn't get a defense drop out of it, and I Earthquake him, and that knocks out the Ambipom. So things are looking pretty good now. All that's got left is the Blissey. And let's see. For starters, I want to negate its Leftovers recovery. Since it's the last thing out, it's not going to be able to natural cure out, and therefore I'll go for the Will-O-Wisp to get it burned and at least negate the Leftovers recovery. And he slings a Toxic my way, which thankfully misses this time. So I know I can't stay in here. And well, I guess I could and just let the burn wear him down, but just to save Shinobi Man for whatever purposes, I guess, I'll go ahead and go over to Elect Man, who'll not care that much about the Toxic, and is going to be able to finish him off with Physical Attack of Choice, which, yeah, just to ensure accuracy, I went for the Earthquake, which was able to finish him off. So that was a good game, apart from the lame freeze hacks, and looking forward to battling you again once you get EV training under your belt. Later days.